Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly reading for April 2023. This is for Leo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring you a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed. Now, Leo, I do this because I love you and I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it's been used for thousands of years. It's had major influence in divination, including tarot, which came out in the 14th century. And every tarot card is assigned an astrological element, ruling planet, so we go really deep when the two are combined. Now, Leo, April is going to be a great month. You're going to love it. I love what's happening for Leos this month. Now, this month, okay, first, if you're new to my channel, I do leave all the key astrological dates in the description box if you do want to follow along. We have a major eclipse, okay? This is going to be in Aries. We're going to talk about that later because the first thing that I want you to do, I want you to write this down in your calendar, okay? I want you to mark it in your calendar, April 11th. Why? The sun is conjuncting Jupiter, okay? What does this mean? It means this is the best day of the year. Best day of the year, Leo. The luckiest day of the year. The sun conjuncting Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of good fortune, prosperity, good luck, expansion, profit. So this is an amazing day because on that same day, Venus is trining Pluto, which really amplifies that. All right. So there's so much love. I love this day. Mark it in your calendar. Now, we also have a full moon in Libra on April 5th. That's going to be actually in your third house. You may have some sort of breakthrough or activity with communications. Okay. Communicating things that you need, maybe having important conversations with family, with a boss, or even your siblings, okay? Because it's your third house, you know, it rules siblings as well. Some of y'all are actually traveling this month too. I don't know if you know that, all right? It may come as a surprise. Some of y'all actually may be planning it, or you already know it, all right? It's because, you know, Jupiter is in your ninth house, and that's long distance travel, but then, you know, with this full moon in Libra, it's your third house of short distance travel. So you're hitting the two travel houses, all right? So even if you don't, listen, you could be just working with people overseas as well. But here's the other thing. Mercury's entering Taurus in the beginning of the week. I really love that. I love that. It's going to be there all month, all right? Mercury in Taurus is really just getting pragmatic and practical and grounded about the things that you want and bringing like just tangibility. I don't even know if that's a word, but tangibility to your passions and your goals and all the things that you desire. So I really love this for you. Remember, Mercury is a planet of communication. It will go retrograde at the end of the month. We'll talk about that in the weekly readings. I don't want, you know, obviously don't sign any contracts around that time. Don't buy any like big electronics, but there's a lot of positives with Mercury in retrograde. And again, I'll talk about that in the weekly readings. We are moving into Taurus season in the middle of the month, but you know what's really great about what's happening for you is we have that new moon solar eclipse, all right? Mark that in your calendar too. It's on April 19th, and I know a lot of people freak out when eclipses happen. This is actually a wonderful eclipse. This is a majorly wonderful eclipse. I want you to think back to March 21st, okay? The week of March 21st. If there's anything you initiated around that time, you may see some activity around this time, all right? They're linked because this eclipse is in Aries as well. Now, I always make the analogy, new moon. Think about just a moon. Think about Clark Kent turning into Superman, okay? Now, when you have a new moon solar eclipse, think about Clark Kent turning into Superman, turning into the world. I mean, this is huge. This is powerful, all right? And again, a lot of really great alignments happening that day as well, bringing a lot of stability. Now, this is all happening in your ninth house of spirituality, of your belief system. I really love this for you. Higher education. Some of y'all may be going back to school. Some of y'all may be teaching, maybe learning something new. Even working, you may be a little bit more devoted to, you know, spirituality and learning, tapping within yourself, right? Really ascending in that aspect. And if you are working on a book, Oh my goodness. Some of y'all may be hearing some news. I want you to stick with it, okay? If you're doing anything that has to do with writing a book or publishing, like maybe even starting a website, stick with it. Book of poems. I mean, really, really good aspects, all right, around that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The other thing I was going to say is if you are new to my channel, stick around to the end, because after I do your spread, I pull more cards. I break it down week by week so you can get an idea, have a little bit of insight into what to expect for every week this month, okay? It's not as intense as March, which is really great. Venus is going into Gemini this month. So very social, I mean, this is going to be a social month, all right? This is this is, in my opinion, one of the best months. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of other astrologers would agree. This is going to be a really, really, really great month. All right. One of the best of the year. So I'm very excited. Let's see what's going on for you, Leo. Let's see what's going on for you for April 2023. Again, this is for Leo, Sun, and Rising. Now, you'll see that my dog has joined me again. She's sleeping. We don't want to wake her up, but she takes up all my table space, so we're going to do this and try to make do. So you see it in the entire screen as well. Leo, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, like I said earlier. Really gives the best overview, and if we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Leo, I love you. You know what? You are so commanding, all right? I say it all the time. You know, think about all those Leos who are just, you know, they have so much power and authority, and you're the lion, you know, you're the fiery lion, and I really love that about you. And it's just, you know, you can think, I mean, I could just name off a list of Leos like right off the bat, like Barack Obama, Tom Brady, Coco Chanel, Malcolm Forbes, Shawn Mendes. I mean, Leos are just like, you know when someone's a Leo, and I love that about you. Now, Leo, oh my goodness. All right, you're good. You are good. Oh my goodness. This is interesting. I haven't seen. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Then let's get started. You got the 201. So this is really great. Okay, you see he's standing at the highest point in the castle. He's got the world in his hands. All right, so great vision, great perspective, great view. There's something that you've been planning. There's something that's been, that, you know, you have a good idea. You have this, you know, great vision. There's something that you've been, you know, putting movement into. All right, things that you've been manifesting, and I really love that for you. Okay, and for some Leos, you were just, you know, you were taking your time with it. It was like you knew that it was like, it's not time to go. Yeah, it's not ready yet. I'm still working on it. You know, and this is if this is a career, if this can be a project that you're working on. It can also be career wise if you're thinking about making a move in career. It can also be relationships too. Okay, am I ready to go to the next level with this person that I'm dating? All right, and then you can also actually see here too. He has 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? You got one wand in, one wand out. So it really is just kind of like still processing everything and planning everything. Now, look in the heart of your spread. You got the 9 of Cups. So this is the theme of the month, the theme of April. This is the card of satisfaction. This is look how happy he is. Come on. And then the cups are emotions, right? But they're aligned over his head, and when it's aligned over, that's a lot of enlightenment. Okay, this is gratitude, this is joy, this is just, I mean, just so, I mean, you know, the Leo, the lion is associated with pride, right? That's a lot of, like, you know, just proud of these achievements. And this is the wish come true card, by the way, genie in a bottle energy. All right, so you're gonna have an amazing month. Something's happening for you. I haven't even gotten to your future, and this is what makes it really interesting, and we'll get to that in a second. But I just want you to absorb this moment. You've got the 9 of Cups in the heart of your spread. This is amazing. It's almost like, you know what I was talking about, like being proud of what you've accomplished and the things that you've done. You can see it's almost as if he's like showing off his cups as if they're trophies. Be very proud, Leo. Be very proud of, you know, of everything that you're doing this month. Now, You did get the Nine of Pentacles, but you got it in your challenge area. Okay, so two messages here. The first one is loud and clear. Don't be too proud. All right. Don't like go around like, I don't know, taking your cups and, you know, running down the street like, hey, right? But you know what I mean. But now the second message is, with the Nine of Pentacles in your challenge area, there could also be there could be something so looking at your entire spread, there is something that could be a little bit how do I say this? With Venus and Taurus right now, which is in its domicile, and this is ruled by Venus, by the way. You see the symbol of Venus all over her gown, okay? And this is wealth, this is abundance, this is joy as well. This is a lot of like freedom, independence. This is, you know, again, very regal person here with a falcon on her hand. Falcon, you know, who in, you know, the 14th century had falcons on their hands, right? Only the people in the royal court. Okay, so this is just, again, very like a lot of money and wealth, right? A lot in abundance in your life. Now, when it comes up in your challenge area, especially the Nine of Pentacles challenging the Nine of Cups, coming after the Two of Wands, here's two things, okay? One, be careful not to overindulge this month, all right? Be careful not to, it's almost like things have worked out for you, and now, I guess, like, let me think of an analogy. You got a huge proposal, and you went with your crew to Vegas, and went crazy, right? Like, that's the thing, right? The second message that's coming through is there could be someone in your life that is possibly being not like super supportive of the things that you're going for, but here's the thing, and it could be someone who is just like the, you know, the woman in the Nine of Pentacles. It could be someone who is, you know, a little bit regal and, you know, refined, and someone who just is like, I don't know, right? I don't know if this is, you know, I support this or I'm gonna go along with this. But always remember, this is your life, right? This is your life, Leo. So look at your spread, right? It's always good to have, you know, support system, and Leos have huge support systems, and you know that. But with the Nine of Pentacles, that's another message that's coming through for some Leos. That's not going to resonate with all Leos, but someone this month that you really wanted support from, and it could be like, maybe you do have like a business proposal, right? And there is an investor who is, you know, has all this wealth, and they're just like, I don't really know. But it's really, the ball's actually going to be in your court, and I want you to know that, especially because looking at the rest of your stuff. But let's continue. You have the Two of Pentacles, okay? And so it looks like there is a lot going on right now with you. Some of y'all could be in the process of leaving something for something new. Some of y'all could be in the process of just taking on too much too as well. All right, so what I want you to know is I want you to bring that balance into your life. Okay, I want you to bring that balance, not only your physical world, mind, body, soul too, inside as well. All right, that equilibrium. All right, even up here, state of mind, equilibrium, especially with this the fact that, you know, the Two of Pentacles came up in your crown, okay? And then this is, you can see there's a little bit of, let's just say a lot of bit of imbalance here, right? He has 1 foot off the ground. You see the waves aren't, you know, they're off. The pentacles are off. This came up in your crown, all right? So equilibrium is really important, and we need that, right, in our lives, especially, you know, with our state of mind. And with that full moon in Libra, equilibrium, by the way, broken down, it's equal Libra balance. That's where it comes from. And so with that full moon in Libra, by the way, that is in your third house of communication, and it is just, you know, in your, and so the Two of Pentacles coming up in your crown. All right, so there's that synchronicity. So up here, there may be some things that you're thinking about, like, how do I keep maybe I am taking on too much. Maybe I need to drop one of these pentacles to bring, balance into my life. Maybe that, or you could be, have gotten some sort of offer and you've just been sitting on it for a while, or you're waiting for an offer to come through and that's causing that imbalance. So think about that. But just remember, think about that balance, that equilibrium, all right, in your life. And that's going to really help. That's going to really help you move forward and bring, a little bit more clarity in terms of making decisions as well. And this can indicate money and wealth for a lot of, it is the pentacles, right? So for a lot of Leos, it could have to do with money, all right? It really could have to do with money. And other people's money too, especially because when you think about Saturn, there we go. Saturn having moved into your Pisces. I talked about this in, your last reading. That is in your 8th house of other people's money. And so this could have to do with like your partner's money or a business partner, or even like bonuses, commissions, or real estate. But anyway, keep those in mind. Not all of that's going to resonate with all Leos, but there is just going to be, there's something that there's a little bit of balance that needs to be brought. The good news is you did get the Hierophant, okay? You got the Hierophant in the root of your spread. So I really love this. There's, I think I mentioned Mercury's gone into Taurus all month, okay? And then we still have Venus in Taurus for the first 2 weeks of until the 10th, all right? So that's already a lot of activity in Taurus. And then we move into Taurus season. So there's a lot of Taurus activity, okay, happening this month. Now, you got the card of Taurus, like the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, all right? So the fact that he came up in the root of your spread is pretty amazing, because he is all about structure and stability, right? Remember how I said that's a big thing this month? Building that structure and stability moving forward, having that balance is going to make that a lot easier for you. Now, he is, the spiritual leader, right? He's the Pope, basically. Hierophant is actually Greek priest, all right? If we break it down, Hero is heros, right? Sacred, holy. And then font is derived from feinen, and that's, to spread and, to tell. And so you can see that he is spreading this deep sacred knowledge. He has the keys. And you see there's 2 people below him. This is the first major arcana where other people appear. So when you have that deep sacred knowledge, you spread it to other people. It came up in the root of your spread, all right? So this is saying that you're looking for that, all right? And some of y'all have found it, all right? Some of you will find it this month, all right? And the other thing is, a lot of Leos, you're going to feel that's you, all right? Remember, I said you're very commanding. People listen to you, okay? People listen to you. You're compelling. And so that's really great. And that's something that a lot of Leos are going to be looking for this month, okay? And a lot of it's going to have to do with this new thing that's coming into your life. And the reason I say that is because you have this very interesting spread where you got the 2 of Wands. Hey, I got my wish. And then in your future, boom, moving forward. All right. So you see, you got the 2 of Wands where you're just planning. All right. Processing things, putting things in motion. But this is taking that action now. All right. Both in Aries. Okay. I mean, like, this is very, very nice for you. So again, travel is a big thing. A lot of y'all are going to be traveling. There is a lot of travel associated with this card. But the fact that Jupiter is in Aries, this card is ruled by Aries. Jupiter is a planet of good fortune, good luck, prosperity. Now, remember, that's all in your 9th house. So that's long distance travel as well. So some of y'all may be planning some really long trips. And again, if you're not, you could be working with people overseas, or you could just be interested in other cultures, which is going to boost that like spirituality within you as well. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, I call this the green light card. Okay. Because this is the card of ready to go. So it looks like you will be moving forward in a new, like, with this wish, this thing that you wanted this month, okay? Because it came in your future. One thing I'm going to point out, think about the 14th century, okay? They didn't have iPads. They didn't have Netflix or Zoom, right? Leaving your village was a big deal. Leaving your village to explore, to go out there, to meet people, to go pursue your passions, whatever. It was a big deal. And so this is going to be a big deal for you. Now, what makes it a big deal
is all this activity in Aries. This card is ruled by Aries. The planet of good fortune and good luck, Jupiter, is in Aries in your ninth house of spirituality. Looking back to this card, when you did that, when you left your village to go explore, you usually went a long distance, okay? You had a book, you took notes, you wrote poetry, all right? It was a spiritual quest, okay? Now, smush all that together. Your ninth house is spirituality. It rules publishing and it rules long distance travels. This is your future, and this is amazing. It looks like you are moving into a place of and again, one of the big reasons I'm bringing up spirituality is because you got the Hierophant in the root of your spread. So it looks like you are moving into this glorious, auspicious place in your life, okay? You're moving forward, you're taking action. There's going to be things happening for you. And I really love that for you, all right? I really love that. One other thing I think that I mentioned in your last reading, Mars is in Cancer all month too, all right? So Mars, the planet of action, the planet of drive, actually rules Aries, it's Aries ruling planet. It's in Cancer, and so that is your 12th house. So that is the subconscious, and that's just, a lot going on up here. So there's going to be a lot of you just really getting rooted into, tapping into your intuition and being just more, aware of that. I made up a word called awareness, and it's a combination of awareness and clarity put together. And there's going to be a lot of awareness, like personal development, but you're moving forward toward your passions, your goals. Things are happening for you this month. This is going to be an amazing month for you. Now, Leo, let's get to your staff. Leo, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you. If you're not a commenter, you know that I love emojis. I really love emojis. So, and if you're a subscriber, I love you so much. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. You're so cool. You're so cool. And I actually would not even be here if it wasn't for you. So I am very, very, very grateful. And again, I think I said this in my last reading, but some of y'all have been with me from day one, and I really do genuinely appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. So let's get to your staff. This is, wow. Okay. Leo, let's get started. You're okay. So you're moving forward, but you're gonna have to let things go. Okay. And it looks like it might be a partner, okay? And when I say partner, it can be like work related or romance related, all right? And the message I'm getting is some of y'all already know this, that you may have to be leaving some sort of like partnership. But let's get to it. You did get the 10 of wands. This is great, okay? 10 is the end of the suit. This is a lot of wands. When you're carrying that many wands, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of burden. Okay. You can also see when you're taking on a lot, when you have so much pressure, when things have been at a point where it's just really like you can't even catch a break, right? You can't really see where you're going, like this man in this card. All right, so the good news is, like I said, 10 is the end of the suit. He's going to lay these wands down very, very soon. And so it's almost like this whole month there's this kind of like burden that you're going to be relieving. Okay, so it's really great, and I'm very happy for you. It has to do with this movement into this direction, this new, and it may not even be new. Again, remember, with the 2 wands in your past, it could be just something that you've been working on for a while. But for some Leos, yeah, it could be. It definitely could be new, right? But it's something that you've wanted, and so it's almost like you finally get that sigh of relief. Okay, now the devil came up in your external factors area. All right, so here's the thing. I want you to know there could be a moment this month where you may be tempted to go back to doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing. All right. The devil represents everything that you would think that the devil represents, including vices and addictions, bad behaviors. So one message coming through already is, it's like if you have, are you it? So there may be some Leos who, what is it called? Friends with benefits like situation. And then maybe this is the month where you decide, I don't want that anymore. I actually want a real relationship. This isn't good for me. This isn't healthy for me, right? Like, that's the devil, all right? And your external factors are, he's tempting you, all right? So this is more like a test. So avoid the devil, right? Avoid the devil. You can see the two people here are chained to the devil. You can break free, all right? You can break free. In order to break free, you have to know what those chains are. You have to be aware. And again, a big message coming through is a lot of y'all will know, all right? Secondly, in order to break free, you have to care. You have to care to break free, right? You have to really care to break free. So just know that there is something that may tempt you, all right, this month into doing something that may not serve you well, even like self-sabotage energy, all right? So let's try to move forward. Look at your future. Look at you have the 9 of Cups. I mean, why would you want to? So it's almost just more like not a reminder, but just more like a heads up. Like there could be something that may like try to tempt you to go back to an old habit, an old pattern, or an addiction or a vice or whatnot. You don't have to. You don't have to. In fact, you're set. Your future is looking great. All right? Now, Queen of Wands. All right? So, the reason why we want to avoid the devil, well, for obvious reasons, we always want to avoid the devil, right? But look, you got the Queen of Wands, all right? Third card in your staff. This is indicating, first of all, she is the most popular, the most attractive, the most charismatic, the most regal queen. I always say, think of like Nicole Kidman or Charlize Theron, or who actually is Leo, by the way, or, Rihanna, whoever, entering a room. They can get whatever they want. It's a Queen of Wands where it ends up in your spread. It's there's literally nothing more that you want in April than this one passion and goal or enlightenment that you're looking for. There's nothing more that you want, all right? You want to attract it now, okay? And that's one of the reasons why the devil energy isn't like even that strong. And again, some of y'all already may know what it is or maybe aware what it is, but either way, let's just you're in a good place. You're in a good place. Just don't feel that temptation. Now, lastly, in your final outcome, you got the 5 of Pentacles. All right. So this is a card where it's just, it's pretty dark. You see it's a dark card. You see it's also snowing, which makes it kind of dark. All right. And so here's the thing. I don't want you to freak out. This is in your final outcome. What this is saying is what I was saying earlier. Some of y'all may have a breakup because the biggest energy that's coming from this card is it feels like something or someone is holding you back. Okay. Remember what I said earlier in your challenge area, you have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. It seems like someone may be holding you back or saying no to something. But at the same time, remember how I said you have a huge support system? You can see these two people, they're literally outside a church, okay? And so you have so much support around you, all right? So if you ever feel this month where you are feeling a little lost or feeling a little abandoned or isolated or outcasted, or you're like in your head a little bit, remember Mars in Cancer is in your 12th house, and that would do something like that, right? Know that you can just reach out to anyone anytime you want, all right? You have all that support there. The other thing is, other than a relationship, and the reason why is when I think about it, Pluto and Aquarius did move into your 7th house of partnerships, okay? That happened last month. And full moon in Libra in your 3rd house. That Libra rules the 7th house of relationships. So there could be some sort of communication in terms of relationships. And remember, that's either work or work and career, maybe even a client or just something if it's not like a personal relationship. But I pulled a clarifier and you're good. Okay. Just remember, reach out, get if you need to. All right. Look what you got. You got the Ace of Cups. Now, We call this the heart of tarot. All right, you can see all, the shallows here overflowing with water, all your five senses. Now, what I always say, think of the last time something brought you so much joy, Leo, that it literally brought you to tears. It looks like you're gonna have another moment like that. um I don't even know what to say. That in this, if it's not like a breakup or a breakup or a parting of ways, it just may be like a not seeing eye to eye, and it may just be temporary. Okay, it may be temporary, and it's just something that you actually do have to go through, right? Because this is all, think about like the hero's journey, and think about life. Life isn't a Disney movie, right? We have challenges every day, and you do have the Two of Pentacles, right, in your crown. All right, so there is, maybe even choices that you're gonna have to make this month. But I don't want you to think that some Leo, sure, it may actually be the end of something in terms of relationship or a partnership, but for some Leos, it could just be like a little tiff, or it could be just, I don't feel supported right now. But remember what I said, you have a lot of support, okay? You have a huge support system. But now you have the Ace of Cups, indicating as long as you these people are so focused on their plight, they actually don't see the church. So as long as you are communicative, as long as you continue to go toward your passions and avoid that devil energy, oh my goodness, you have the Ace of Cups in your final outcome. All right, this is it's rapturous, it's nirvana, it's euphoria, it's elation to like a whole other dimension. And you know what else it is? Look at the lilies. All right, the lily pads. It's self-love. All right, so Leo, you are amazing. You are amazing. And some of y'all are actually going to, some of y'all are actually going to, yeah, a lot of y'all, in terms of partnerships and relationships, it is going to be just like, it could be like a quarrel, but it's just going to strengthen your relationship. All right? That's actually, let me show you something here. And so that message came in, but I'm just going to show you some affirmation. You see the dove at the top? So the dove is the universal symbol of peace and harmony, all right? Which is great, but doves also mate for life. So again, you're going to be fine. Just don't hold everything in. Now, let's get to, like I said, like I break it down every week. Let's see what's going on for you every week this month, the first week. Mercury's entering Taurus. We'll talk more about that during the when I do your weekly readings. That full moon in Libra is really big too. But, Venus is very active this month. And, the first week, Venus is still in Taurus and is domicile at its best. All right. So that's really great. And then remember that full moon in Libra really has to do a lot with like communication, even decision making as well. But you could find some activity around that. Full moons do bring conclusions, but they're just, think about the moon, right? It could be like really emotional, but Venus is so active this week. And then Mercury in Taurus, I love that. It kind of like helps offset anything like that may be like really emotionally impactful. But in any case, the first week, yes, you got the 9 of Wands. All right. So remember, you got the 10 of Wands here. So you're already like, remember I said that sigh of relief? Now, this is just being resilient. Okay. So you are getting to that point. Do you see the little soldier boy here? He's just so resilient. In fact, he's standing in front of the wands protecting him. Okay, nothing or no one can take anything away from you. Stand your ground. All right, have that resilience. All right, you're almost toward the end of if you feel like you've been going through a lot or have been under a lot of burden and stress. Now the second week, Venus is entering Gemini. Very social, very social. And then we have the best day, the luckiest day, Sun conjuncting Jupiter on April 11th. I really love that, especially because Venus is trining Pluto on that same day. So let's see what's going on for you. Again, we'll talk more about Venus and Gemini in the weekly readings, but let's see what's going on for you for the second week of April. You're amazing. Yeah, you're good. You got the Emperor. I mean, he is the ruler, right? He is, this is not only like mastery of self. He's the ruler of his own destiny, right? He's all about power and authority, okay? Now, what's really funny what's really funny here, what I'm going to show you is like, look at it. Not only is he the ruler, I mean, he has the globe in his hand, is the Egyptian Ankh in the other. There's a life force that represents life. He's, got the long white beard for wisdom. He's wearing a crown for victory, success. But here's the thing I'm going to point out to you. All right. This is really interesting. Now, he's all about that power, all about that authority. All right. Which is very you. He's ruled by Aries, first of all. And so there's a lot of Aries that's been coming up in your reading, that energy. Okay. And then astrologically, remember we have a solar eclipse in Aries. There's a lot happening with Aries. Okay. Now, what's really interesting, think about the word authority. All right. Trace it back, the etymology of it, autorite. Okay. And so, interestingly, it's derived from writer, right? Like author, all right? The author of your own story, ruler of your own destiny. I like, honestly, like, you're gonna be fine this month. You're gonna be fine. I mean, you got that. Look at that just flipped over. That's a sign. When I said you're gonna be fine, the card of hopes and dreams flipped over. Okay, I don't do jumpers. I'm gonna hold that out here for you, because that's truly, truly, truly amazing. This is all about holding on to faith. This is all about holding on to this is your hopes and dreams aligning. This is the stars aligning for you, okay? Especially with relationships, because it is Aquarius root. That this is ruled by Aquarius, the stars, all right? Pluto and Aquarius in your 7th house of partnerships, okay? Partnerships and relationships, whether work or love, all right? So we're gonna use that as a clarifier just to keep it there with the Emperor. But the third week is when we have that new moon solar eclipse. I love this. This is in Aries. A lot of stability. Mars and Saturn are very harmonious. I really love this eclipse. The sun is moving into Taurus. Okay. Now, the big thing for you, and we're going to talk about this that when we come to that week, we're moving into your career, like things you're about to have the best career year of since 2011. I don't know if you know that. I've said that in a couple of your readings. Come May, okay? Come May, when Jupiter goes into Taurus, that's your 10th house of career, public achievements, public recognition, fame. You're since 2011, the best career year that you've ever had since 2011. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for you the third week. There you go. I love this. You got the 6 of Pentacles. I'm listen. You're good. You're good. Remember when I said you have a support system? Here's your affirmation. Now, what comes after the 5 of Pentacles? The 6 of Pentacles. You're good. This is someone, he's helping these the 2 people. They've made it here and now they're getting the help. You're good. You're good. Just don't hold everything in. Don't hold everything in. If you feel stressed, or if you have if you're confused about something, or if you need advice, just remember, communicate. Okay, it's a big week to communicate, and you have a huge support system. Now, last week of April, the sun is sextiling Saturn, which I love. Mars is sextiling Uranus, which I love, as we know. Mercury goes retrograde this week, or the week before, and it carries over. But Mars is in Cancer in your 12th house. I mean, there's so much happening, but those are two really great days. Again, a lot about your hopes and dreams and bringing stability to it. So let's go see what's going on for you for the last week of April. You got the sun. As you know, in astrology, Leo, this is you, right? Yeah. You're golden. You're golden. You have nothing to worry about. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. The universe is on your side. You are in such a good place. Things are happening for you. You have the 9 of Cups. The sun is all about optimism, opportunity, growth, expansion. You see the naked child on the white horse with a red banner. This is victory. This is long hair, no care. I've got so much trust in the universe. This is all the abundance, from the sun shining light in all these dark corners of your life. There's so much purity here, so much innocence here. I love this for you. You're good. This is going to be an amazing month for you. There may be a moment where you do feel a little like there could be something that again, it may have to do about like relationships or partnerships, but everything is going to work out in your favor. Like you have absolutely nothing to worry about here. You are moving, like things are happening for you. Just don't be tempted by that devil. All right, Leo, thanks so much for tuning in. I know I need a haircut. My dog told me that this morning, and I am going to hopefully get that before I do the next reading, so I don't keep having to comb it to the side. Leo, you're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.